What if I told you that right now, today, there are seniors across this country quietly receiving an extra $1,800 every single month? And the majority of Americans who qualify have absolutely no idea they are even eligible. This is not a rumor. This is not clickbait. This is a very real benefit situation that is unfolding right now. And if you are a senior or you love one, you need to hear every word of what I am about to say before you click off this video. Because the people who are missing out are not missing out because they do not deserve it. They are missing out because nobody told them. Until now. Welcome back to Senior Pulse US, the channel that exists for one reason and one reason only: to make sure that American seniors never get left behind when money and benefits are on the table. If you are new here, I need you to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell right now because this kind of update comes fast and disappears faster, and I do not want you to miss the next one. Now let us get into this because what I am about to walk you through is something that our entire Senior Pulse US community has been asking about for weeks. Let us start with the big question everyone is asking. Is a $1,800 monthly boost actually real, and where is it coming from? The answer is yes, and it is coming from multiple directions at once. That is the part that confuses most people, and honestly, it is the part that the mainstream media completely glosses over. This is not a single check from a single program. What is happening right now is a convergence of benefit adjustments, program expansions, and eligibility rule changes across Social Security, supplemental security income, and several state-level senior assistance programs that, when stacked together, are pushing monthly income for qualifying seniors into ranges they have never seen before. Let me break this down in plain language because you deserve straight answers, not government jargon. First, let us talk about Social Security and the cost of living adjustment combined with the new benefit recalculation push that is currently in motion. Seniors who have been collecting benefits for 5 or more years and who have never had their earnings record formally reviewed are sitting on potential back pay and adjusted monthly amounts that they are legally owed. The Social Security Administration processes millions of accounts, and errors in earnings histories from the 1970s, 1980s, and early 1990s are far more common than the SSA publicly admits. When those errors get corrected, monthly payments go up. In some documented cases, they go up significantly. We are talking anywhere from $200 to $600 per month in corrected payments alone. Now stack that with supplemental security income. SSI has seen eligibility expansions in multiple states over the past 18 months. For seniors who are at or near the federal benefit rate and who live in states like California, New York, Washington, or Massachusetts, state supplemental payments are being added on top of federal SSI that are pushing total monthly figures dramatically higher. In California alone, the combined federal and state SSI payment for an eligible senior in 2024 reached levels that, combined with other assistance, genuinely approached and in some cases exceeded $1,800 per month. But here is where it gets even more important. There is a third layer that almost nobody is talking about, and it is called the Extra Help Program, also known as the Low-Income Subsidy under Medicare Part D. Seniors who qualify for extra help are essentially having their prescription drug costs wiped out or reduced to almost nothing. Now you might be thinking, what does prescription coverage have to do with $1,800 monthly? Here is the answer. When you factor in what seniors were previously spending out of pocket on medications, in many cases $300 to $500 every single month, eliminating that expense through extra help is the financial equivalent of putting that money directly back in your pocket. That is real money. That is grocery money. That is utility money. That is the difference between comfortable and struggling at the end of the month. And then there is the fourth piece, the one that genuinely shocks people when they hear it: the Medicare Savings Programs. These are 4 separate programs: the Qualified Medicare Beneficiary Program, the Specified Low-Income Medicare Beneficiary Program, the Qualifying Individual Program, and the Qualified Disabled Working Individual Program. And they cover Medicare premiums, deductibles, and copays for seniors who qualify based on income and resources. When a senior is enrolled in one of these programs and stops paying their Medicare Part B premium out of their Social Security check, which in 2024 was $174.70 per month, that money stays in their benefit payment instead of being deducted. Over the course of a year, that is over $2,000 that never leaves their hands. Now, when you add all of this up, corrected Social Security payments, state SSI supplements, extra help prescription savings, and Medicare Savings Program premium coverage, for the right senior in the right state with the right circumstances, $1,900 in total monthly financial benefit gain is not only possible, it is documented. The question is whether you are leaving it on the table. Here is what the Senior Pulse US team wants you to do right now. Not tomorrow. Not after dinner. Right now. Go to benefits.gov and run a benefits eligibility screening for your household. It takes less than 10 minutes, and it will show you every federal program you may qualify for based on your age, income, and living situation. Write down every program that comes back as a potential match. Next, call your State Health Insurance Assistance Program, known as SHIP. Every single state has one. These are free counselors, not salespeople, not insurance agents, free government-funded counselors who will sit down with you, review your Medicare coverage, tell you if you qualify for extra help, and walk you through any state supplemental programs you may be missing. You can find your state's SHIP contact number by visiting shiphelp.org. Save that number in your phone today. Third, contact your local area agency on aging. These offices exist in every county in America, and they are specifically funded to connect seniors with benefits they are not receiving. They know about programs that are not even advertised publicly: local utility assistance, food programs, housing subsidies, and emergency financial relief funds that most seniors never hear about unless they walk through that door. And fourth, if you are collecting Social Security and you have never requested a formal review of your earnings record, call 1-800-772-1213 and ask for one. Use those exact words. A formal earnings record review. Ask them to confirm that every year of your work history has been correctly recorded and that your benefit amount reflects the most accurate calculation available under current guidelines. This one phone call has resulted in benefit increases for thousands of seniors who had no idea anything was wrong. I have been doing this long enough to know that there are people watching this video right now who are one phone call away from changing their financial situation. One form, one conversation, one review. And the reason they have not made that call is because nobody handed them a reason to believe it would actually make a difference. So I am handing you that reason right now. It makes a difference. We hear from Senior Pulse US viewers every single week who tell us that something they learned on this channel led directly to more money in their account. That is why we do this. You worked your entire life. You paid into this system. You followed the rules, and you showed up every single day. What is happening right now with these benefit updates is the system, finally, slowly, imperfectly, trying to catch up to what it already owes you. Do not let it pass you by. If today's video gave you something valuable, please share it right now with a senior who needs it. Drop a comment below and tell me which state you are in and whether you have ever used any of these programs before. I respond to comments personally, and our Senior Pulse US community is one of the most supportive groups of people on this entire platform. Hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the very next video, because there is another major update coming that you are going to want to be here for. Stay informed, stay strong, and never stop fighting for every dollar you have earned.